Here we are again.
Yep.
On the pod.
Doing the podcast.
Let's look at our phones and figure
let's
out what we're doing.
Let's not even talk at all. Let's just hang out. Look at
Why should we?
For long enough.
Oh yeah, Waterworld.
Waterworld. We're only halfway through. We should watch the whole thing before we talk about it.
Yeah, probably. But the first half of Waterworld is really good.
Yeah, so far.
It's a great film.
Yeah. I don't know if I've ever seen it. I don't think I've ever seen it.
Yeah.
If I did, it's beyond me, I don't remember it.
Yeah, I never saw it either.
Yeah.
Except on...
all those times I saw it.
Except the whole thing one time, yeah.
Except that whole class that I took about Waterworld.
Yeah. It's a weird movie, but I love any movie where they do a lot of practical effects.
Go on.
Well, because, they really did build a barge out in the bay or whatever.
You think they did?
No, I know. I saw a YouTube video about it one time.
Oh, okay.
About, the behind the scenes. They spent a ton of money on that movie.
Yeah.
And I was telling you, I think that's why it's all, anti-oil.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that's how they got the money.
It was from the big oil companies.
I'm guessing it's like a USAID movie.
Okay.
Or something like that.
I thought it was maybe like the cigarette companies, You know those Truth commercials for cigarettes that are like, you're gonna die if you don't quit smoking.
Yeah,
those are paid for by the smoking companies.
Well, I never heard that before. That's crazy. And why would they do that?
They're legally obligated, I think, and then
interesting.
But then they make them as cringe as possible so that people are like,
right?
Oh, only homos don't smoke.
Well, that's how that movie is. It's cringe from the standpoint of if you're actually an environmentalist.
Yeah.
And you do hate oil or whatever, whoever those people are.
Yeah.
That would be a cringe movie to be like, have you ever seen Waterworld? It's like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that all makes sense.
Yeah.
I'd be very interested to see where that movie got its
halfway through, my current prediction is they find the top of Mount Everest and it's just a little pile.
Yeah.
That's my current guess.
Yeah.
So no spoilers.
Yeah, it's a big letdown.
Yeah. Probably finish it this weekend.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
And you see ass in the first 15 minutes.
Yeah, she just gets naked for no reason.
Yeah, she just drops her clothes on the ground.
She tells her little kid go down, go away, get out of eyesight.
As if, because on the barge in the little city out in the ocean, she's working at a shop or whatever.
Yeah.
And then she's
the bartender.
Yeah, and she's the hottest girl in town, and he's I think Kevin Costner wrote that movie,
Yeah.
Because he's and then the hottest girl in town gets on my boat with me, and then she wants to make love to me immediately.
Yeah.
She presents herself to me.
But I say no.
Yeah.
I turn her down.
I say no because I have principles, and
yeah.
I'm a sailor. I'm married to the sea.
Turn her down after a light molestation.
Yeah.
Doesn't he grab her? He grabs her tit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he puts his hand on her and then he changes his mind, which I've done before. I've been there.
Sure.
Plenty of times.
Yeah. So that's a weird movie, dude.
Yeah, it's very weird.
Go juice for oil.
Go juice.
Or for gas.
Yeah.
Black stuff turns into go juice.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like Idiocracy, where they think we're all going to be dumb idiots.
Yeah. A little bit, because everyone in that movie is a little bit dumb.
Yeah.
They're all just fighting over oil.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of funny.
Fight over
if
oil?
all that stuff does happen, if the global warming people are right, I think it would be funny just to spite them because they're annoying, to have it be where we destroy the earth and it's all water and there's no land anywhere, but we're still fighting over oil.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah. We need that oil.
Yeah, I mean, we do need it after all. Puts carbon dioxide in the atmosphere.
Well, so who is going to be the leaders in the net? You know what I mean? The people who survive, they're not going to be the people protesting, throwing tomato soup at Picasso.
No.
Those are not going to be the people who survive.
They're not having a lot of kids.
No.
Those folks.
No, not at all.
I mean, they're having abortions, probably, a lot of those.
Yeah. And those do become humans who are raised to be slaves.
Abortion? What?
Breaking news, dude.
What are you saying?
That's what I actually think. I think that a lot of them are kept alive.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's probably...
And if not, then they're at least taking the aborted fetuses and using them for stem cells.
The stem cells.
Yeah.
I mean, stem cells are so valuable that it's like, of course that would happen.
But like,
you can't be too naive about these things.
But like the Governor Northam thing where he's like, the baby is delivered.
Yeah, that's weird.
And then the baby's kept comfortable.
That's crazy.
And then a decision is made between the doctor and the mother of what to do.
Wow.
And you're like, what to do? It's alive.
Yeah.
It's a living baby.
Yeah.
There's no decisions to make at this point, bud. Yeah. Yeah, that's the weird shit. Yeah, that I think that they take those babies and they probably just fucking sell them to the highest bidder.
Yeah. I think abortion at the end of the day really does come down to when does life begin, right? And the answer to that is I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And the answer to that is I don't know, and I don't even want to try to know.
Yeah, it's kind of unanswerable in a way because it's like, how do you define life?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's why it's like a big moral decision, like for each mother. How do you define life?
Yeah.
And what do you do about it?
I think once you take your first poop, that's what I think. That's when you become...
If it poops, it's alive.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Because, if you poop, you're a productive member of society. That's how I see you.
Yeah, we need to get this kid in a factory pooping.
Pooping everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, Waterworld's interesting, though. It would be fun to just be on a planet of nothing but water.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
Not for me. I'd get sick, probably. I'd get seasick.
Yeah, but you'd get over that eventually.
Yeah, eventually. I would miss the land. I'm married to the land.
Sure.
Myself.
Yeah.
But you think you could fall in love with the sea?
Oh, sure. You don't think you could?
I could for short periods of time, I suppose.
Okay, now here's my gripe thus far with the movie.
Yeah.
Though. There's no storms.
Yeah, not yet. It seems like it was filmed off the coast of, Florida or something. Sunny California.
Yeah.
Because it's good weather everywhere.
Not even crazy waves.
Yeah, maybe they'll hit one, though.
Hopefully.
Have you ever seen that George Clooney movie where it's him and Mark Wahlberg on a boat? Like a fishing thing or something?
And it's like the biggest storm, the perfect storm.
That might be the name of it. I don't know. Yeah, but
there's like a big huge
storm,
wave, and they go right towards it.
Yeah. That's like how it ends.
That's a true story.
Right.
Yeah.
I've only seen the end of that movie, but I also saw the beginning of it at the bar. At the bar the other night.
Yeah. I've only seen the end of the. I've only seen the end of the movie, and I also watched the beginning, and the middle. So it's a great film.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Dude. People used to just do that. I'm gonna get on a big boat right now and go somewhere else. That's crazy to me.
Oh,
Back when they were wood, can you imagine that? Getting on a boat and being like, I'm just gonna go have a new life somewhere. That part of it, I could see that.
Yeah.
It's time for me to get a new life somewhere else.
Those like huge boats, and then they would just like John Smith would get on it.
Yeah, John Smith.
Right? Or Joseph Smith, my bad.
No, Joseph Smith was born in America.
Oh, okay.
In upper state New York.
His dad, Mike.
Yeah, his dad or one of his ancestors.
His dad, Michael.
Yeah. Michael B. Smith.
Iron Mike Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Dude, imagine if you had a son and he like started a cult and like it was actually, he was actually convincing people and stuff. Because the whole Smith family was in on it with him.
What would they like?
Like they were all like elders in the church, and they were definitely enabling the guy.
Yeah.
With his certain activities he was a part of.
The child abuse.
the child marrying.
Sure.
And whatnot. The hebephilia.
Yeah. That your family's a big fan of.
Well, it is awkward when like you bring someone to church with you and then we're all singing songs about how great Joseph Smith is.
Yeah.
They're like, I thought you told me this was about Jesus. And you're like, shut the fuck up.
Have you ever seen that game show where the lady's $500,000 question was like, the questions were like all personal. They were like about, people close to you.
Uh-huh.
And her $500,000 question is, to your knowledge, has your father ever had sex with someone underage, like a minor? And she starts crying and she's like, yes, he has.
Wait, who is that?
This is like on a game show.
Holy Lord.
Like a contestant on a game show.
Whoa.
Like, oh, did your dad ever fucking you? And she's like, yes. And then she starts crying, and she's like, wait, this needs an explanation. And father's there, and he's like hugging his daughter, like, oh, congratulations. And then he goes, at the time I was a member of the LDS church. And
right.
It was a different time, and
yeah.
I married someone who was a lot younger than I was. We didn't know,
so it's
we
her
didn't
mom.
Know,
that's the child.
We didn't know it was a problem.
Right. I think you should just say no.
Yeah.
In that situation.
Yeah. She's like, he goes, we didn't. No, because they know the answer.
Yeah.
So she loses $500,000.
Then they would turn to the dad.
Yeah.
What kind of game show is this?
I don't know. It's fucking sweet.
What channel is this on?
Honestly, something I would make.
Yeah, it is.
I don't remember the name of it.
Is it like an internet thing?
No. It's a real. It was like on.
It was on TV.
The Game Show Network.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the dad,
Steve Harvey,
the dad comes out and he goes, it was a different time. Okay, yes, and they go, how old was she? She was 2 years old, but look, it was a different time. Nobody understood.
It was a different time. It was a time when my wife was an infant.
Nobody understood what a problem it would be in the future.
Yeah. Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, that stuff's no good.
It was a week prior.
Yeah.
It was a different time. It was last week.
You ever looked into Warren Jeffs? Have you ever heard of him?
Who that is?
He was in one of the like offshoot compounds that are in this area.
Compound.
Like of
like
crazy
the
Mormons.
Like the one in Bountiful where there's like 4 houses and they're all polygamists.
He was a part of a really big one that was, I think, in like Utah and also Nevada and some other places. And he's in jail now.
Warren Jeffs. I've heard of him.
Yeah, he's a real creepy dude.
Yeah.
Like there's documentaries about him that are quite chilling.
Sure. Ominous music plays throughout.
Yeah, Dutch angle type shit.
Oh no, something's awry.
Yes. And what he got put in jail for is sex with a minor, a 12-year-old, in the temple during a marriage ceremony, and there's an audio recording.
What the fuck?
Yeah. It's like really fucked up.
Yeah.
And like all the other wives are there too.
You guys play it at congregation.
Yeah.
Like it's part of the religion.
They do. His followers like still say he's a prophet and stuff, and they're praying for his release. And then it was like after there was a warrant out for his arrest, he fled obviously, and he took like a small group with him. And he was like just writing letters, like physical letters, like I'm okay, blah blah blah. Here's your directions. Send me cash.
That's classic.
Yeah. And then I don't know.
Here's my Bitcoin address.
Yeah.
Send me cash.
And then there's like photos of him, I think, from social media or from somewhere. Like him and the elders that went with him. They went to Las Vegas. They have a hideout there or something, and they were just going to the casinos, going to NFL games. They were like gambling and hanging out with hookers and stuff.
And that's allowed in the church? Gambling? No?
No, none of that stuff.
You can't even gamble.
No, you're not supposed to.
Wow.
I mean, if you do, it's like, I don't think you get in that much trouble.
That's crazy, dude. That's like a level of influence where you're just able to like influence other people to follow your...
Yeah, when people think that you're a prophet in your own time.
Yeah. I am.
That's how I feel when I get up on that stage.
Yeah, I'm a fucking prophet.
I feel like those people worship me, as they should. Eating out of my hand.
Okay.
You ever get that feeling?
Sometimes. A little bit of it. A little taste of it.
A little taste. Yeah.
Where you go...
yeah, that's about all I get to.
You get a little... You're doing really well, and you're like, I could say anything right now.
Yeah.
And then you do, and then I do.
Then you do.
And then I go, oh, that's right, I can't just say anything and have...
I forgot I can't say anything.
Right. I can't say anything.
Yeah. My thing is I'll get them, they'll be laughing really hard, and then I'll move on to the next thing, and the next thing, like, they just look at me like what I said didn't even make sense.
Yeah, like you spoke another language to them.
Yeah, and they just stare at me like blankly. I get a lot of blank stares when I bomb, like...
We all do.
You know, not even like that wasn't funny. Just like I'm not even listening to you anymore.
Yeah, the show we did at Green River. This was funny. Like, so I start out okay. I had him for like probably the first half or so.
Yeah. You were great.
Right? And then I did like a little over halfway. I did the black voice and totally lost him.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal was.
And then right after that, I finished with, just whatever, like a couple one-liners. And then I say, thanks a lot, have a great night, give it up for your host. And then I hear the guy in the back to the right say, thank God that's over.
That is really funny.
It's like a perfect... yeah, you and me both, bud.
Yeah.
Thank God that's over.
Was it the guy where him and his wife were really drunk and they were heckling? That guy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, well.
But he didn't... you got to at least give him that.
Yeah.
Didn't heckle me once.
Wow.
Didn't heckle me once. He could see it in my eyes. I would have handled him so well.
Oh, yeah, you would. Yeah, he waited till the end like a coward.
Yeah.
Heckles after you're walking off stage.
Yeah.
That's a coward's move.
Yeah.
And he was drunk too, so that's what you really are on the inside, you piece of shit.
Yep. That's deep down who you are.
Yeah.
Deep down, that's just
I mean, not me. When I'm drunk, I do things that don't reflect who I am. But that guy.
Yeah.
He's a coward. Yeah, so that was a fun show. That was good.
Yeah. Good to get out of the house. Go to Green River, Wyoming.
Yeah. I mean, it was pretty fun. I don't think I've ever made that drive before. That specific drive.
I've been up there a few times. It's usually like that.
To Green River?
Yeah.
Have you been to that bar?
Different
bar. Yeah. Green River. Yeah, they got a few bars there, and
it's a bar town.
And they got people who are there, starting early on Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really wanted to drink, and they wanted us to drink.
They really wanted us to drink. They bought us that fish bowl.
Yeah, dude. I was thinking about that later, and I was like, if we had sat down and drank that, like, we would have stayed in that town overnight. I think that was their plan. Like, let's party with these mofos.
Yeah, that's what they wanted.
That was kind of the vibe of the town. They like to drink and get fucked up and just go crazy, and then go to their horrible jobs or whatever the next day, or I don't know what they're doing. Yeah,
it was like helping them put away the chairs, and the lady was like, "Go drink, go have fun, go drink, go have fun." And I'm like, "Well, I'm leaving."
Yeah, the townies, the workers at the bar, they wanted us to go out with them after and get crazy.
Yeah,
they probably wanted us to start on that, go to another bar.
And if it wasn't a Wednesday, if it was a Friday,
oh yeah,
I would have.
Yeah,
for sure.
Me too.
I've done that many a times. It's very fun to go hang out with a bunch of drunk people in a small town.
Yes,
that is very fun.
Yeah, that would have been fun. But
friends for the night,
Friends for the night, yeah.
Friends for the night.
That's fun.
But yeah, that was the younger people. The younger people seemed to like what I was saying.
Oh yeah,
the older people hated.
Yeah, the older people.
The older people didn't even like the stuff that was killing.
Yeah.
Some of the older people were sitting there while everyone around them was laughing. That I do have fun with.
Yes. That is fun.
Yeah.
To like make someone be in that position where they're like, oh, I have a problem with that, but everyone else is laughing.
Yeah.
That's kind of fun to do to people.
Yep.
But they had a problem, the older people, they had a problem with any like uncomfortable topic.
Yeah.
Like that.
And that's the only thing I write jokes about.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's true. But like, because that heckler guy, he said something about being retarded or something. He used the R word.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, we're in Wyoming. Can I use the R word up here? And it was an old lady that was like, no, you know?
Yeah.
So it was kind of a weird situation where you had these old people that like to go out and get fucked up on a Wednesday, but don't say retard to them.
Yeah.
You know, don't bring up the Jews or whatever.
Yeah.
Don't talk in a black voice.
Don't even think about
hilariously accurate, a medically hilarious black voice. No, but anyway, good people, except for about half of them. Half of them were probably pedophiles or something in Green River.
That's why they hated me.
Probably.
That's my immediate go-to anytime someone doesn't like me.
Yeah.
I just go, yeah, you're probably pedophile. Probably a fucking pedophile. Only thing that makes sense to me.
Yeah, probably.
And I'll say that to other people.
Yeah.
And they go, you think he's a pedophile? And I go, absolutely, yes. I have proof.
He doesn't like me.
I have substantiated proof. Yeah, I just told you he doesn't like me.
Yeah, he acts weird around me.
I have evidence.
He doesn't laugh at all my jokes. He must be a pedophile.
Yeah, what's the word that they'll always use? Accused pedophile? Is that what they'll say? Alleged. Yeah. Well, allegedly, you know, but they know that carries enough weight to be like, oh, he probably is.
Yeah, it's like calling somebody a racist when they're not.
Yeah.
Like Brett Weinstein.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I know. I go, you know that guy's an alleged pedophile, right?
Yeah.
And they go, what? I don't ever have to tell them that I'm the one alleging it.
That's true. That's what newspapers do. That's the whole newspaper
business,
or you know, news website now, or whatever the hell they are. That's the whole business.
Yeah,
is saying that some people are saying this.
Yeah,
and you'd be like, we you know, our
we
Twitter,
just report on what we hear.
We have reporters and we have hearsay and stuff we hear.
I got one that's possibly a thing, and that's basic training.
Mm-hmm.
You like go to basic and you do your whole getting fit.
Yeah,
you do your whole Zumba Zumba class to get yourself fit. You know.
Yeah. Did you get in good shape in basic?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
And then you get in your dress blues, and you see your family, and then finally the moment finally arrives.
Yeah.
And you walk up to the desk, and you hand them the thing, and you say, "Good, shoemaker." Oh yeah, and they go, "Okay," and they hand you back the almighty monolith.
Yes. The black box.
You get the black mirror. You finally get the monolith back in your hand.
Right.
After
you can't have your phone at basic.
3 months. After 3 months, correct.
Wow. So you're just writing letters to your mom, or
yeah. So after 3 months, you finally get her back.
Yeah.
And you go, oh, thank God, yes. And then for me, it was like you get it, and then you go and you get on this bus. You get on the bus and you're like, oh, finally, oh, fuck, yes. Oh, thank God, yes. Dopamine hit, dude.
Yeah.
I got to respond to all these texts. Hey, what's up, bro?
Right.
You get to the airport.
Yeah.
You're flying to your next location.
To your, like, where your assignment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Head to your assignment, bro, at the airport. I'm fucking beating my fucking meat, dude.
Yes.
It reminded me.
As you should.
Yeah, exactly. Or the classic "As One Does."
As one does, yeah.
Yeah.
As you do.
As you do on a Tuesday afternoon, no less.
At an airport.
At an airport.
Yeah.
At an airport on a Tuesday, dude. That's so crazy.
Yeah.
That's like, an entire like generation of comedy is just saying that.
Saying what?
Saying, and then I jerked off at an airport on a Tuesday afternoon, as one does.
Yeah.
And each line crushed.
A lot of people have that joke, you're saying?
No. They have insert where they're at.
Yeah.
And then insert the day of the week that it happened.
Oh.
And then as one does. Yeah.
Right. That's a good one.
Well, it's not. It's the fact that everybody does it, I think. But anyways,
it's hack.
Yeah. Anyways, so jerking off in the airport, you know. But dude, when I was in basic, like, or no. So jerking off, and then you fly to your location, and then you get to I got to Vandenberg. That was my tech school, and then you get your room, and then it's like, okay, finally, you have your bed in your room, and you have a private bathroom to use to jerk off in, because you haven't jerked off in months. And I remember like jerking off and like, you know, imagining I'm fucking, you know, I'm fucking this bitch. Oh, it's so sweet.
Yeah, sure.
and then she goes, oh, Shoemaker.
She calls you by your last name.
By my last name.
In your mind.
In my mind. Because for the last 3 months, everyone's called me Shoemaker. For the last 3 months.
You think your name's Shoemaker
I think
now.
My name's Shoemaker now.
Wow.
Colin doesn't even exist.
Yeah. And was that a nice fantasy, or did it ruin it?
I don't know. I probably still enjoyed it. Yeah. But I thought it was very funny because like she would never say that. I'm masturbating. Like she wouldn't say Shoemaker. What the fuck?
Well, because I was gonna say a lot of times when I'm going off of my imagination or whatever, sometimes stuff will pop up that like doesn't even do it for you.
Yeah.
And then it's like you can't not think of it. Then you're just focused on it. Because you're like, I would like to stop thinking about that.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
You know, so that I can do what I'm doing here. What, you know, that's just a weird. Maybe that's evolutionary, so you can last longer or something.
Maybe.
Could be.
Little Shoemaker action for you.
Shoemaker. Yeah, I was beaten off the other day, and she called me Shoemaker. That's a lot of fun. It's like, yeah, I am Shoemaker. Wow.
Yep. Oh, we got that big ass TV.
Yeah.
Went to an estate sale. Got a bunch of shit, picking through dead guys' stuff. And this guy wasn't actually dead. He was almost dead. He was dying of cancer.
Died of cancer.
Yeah, died of cancer, or dying of cancer. So he desperately needs money for his chemo or whatever, you know, all this stuff.
Yeah, that's too bad.
And yeah, it's terrible. And I was picking through his stuff and put a nice little pile of his shit together as he's in a hospital bed dying. Yeah. And his family's talking to me, and they go, yeah, he's dying. I go, man, that's terrible. So I'm thinking 40 for this whole pile here. I'm at 40. Where are you guys at? And they're like, could you do 45? I'm like, I'm really stuck at 40.
Yeah.
And then finding like a bunch of TVs and stuff, and I'm like, best I can do is like $20 for all of them. I need all of them though.
Yeah. You are pretty good at haggling.
I try.
And because I've noticed some of your techniques, like you'll say a price, they'll give you a higher price, and you'll sort of give them like, I don't know, you know, shit like that.
Yeah. Or I'll start putting stuff back.
Oh, you really? That's a good one.
That bro, at an estate sale, that is the last thing they want done.
Yeah.
Don't put it back. Don't put it back
out of there.
That's why whenever like the one where we got like a bunch of like cool shit.
Yeah.
Where I was like 100 and they're like 120, and I like start looking through the stuff, and they're like, don't put anything. We'll do 100. It's like I could have done 80. But anyway, so the dead guy, he's dying, and you know, I'm like, look, it's a fucking vintage Trinitron. Who's gonna buy this?
Yeah.
And it really, who's gonna buy it? It's been there for 5 days, or 4 days, and I'm like, okay, seriously, someone's got to buy this.
Yeah.
But
it's furniture now.
Yeah,
it's patio furniture now.
Exactly. But when we brought it in to test it, and then we turned on 9/11. What did you say?
Well, with the big projector one, I thought it would be funny to put it on, outside because it's too big to bring in.
Yeah, which we did do.
Yes.
We did turn on 9/11.
Yeah, that was good. On the smaller one, but on the bigger one that was in the truck, we were trying to do it.
Oh, yeah.
And I was thinking it'd be funny to have that for all the neighbors to watch
Yeah.
as they're coming home from work or whatever.
The line that killed me is, "Attention neighbors!"
Yeah. Get on a megaphone.
Megaphone. Attention neighbors. Turn your attention in 234 north.
Yeah.
Turn your attention to 234 north.
We just have 9/11 on a loop.
Yeah.
We have every news coverage of it.
Yeah, we
have the BBC where Building 7's already down, and they're saying it's or whatever that was.
Yeah, you can see it behind them as they're announcing it.
Oh, they're announcing it's down, and it's not down yet.
Yeah, it's right behind them, and then I go, "Attention, neighbors! You have been lied to."
Yeah,
like they don't already know.
Yeah, that'd be great. I think a lot of our neighbors would enjoy that.
Probably. But yeah, that made me giggle, dude.
That was pretty fun. The vintage TVs are cool.
Yeah.
They're cool to pick up and throw around.
If we didn't use all the cabinets and stuff, like, for space, like, if we had one that was just, like, you know what I mean? Like, you have drawers in there with stuff in it and all that.
Yeah.
It would be nice as furniture.
Right.
That one. The wood grain one.
Yeah, it'd be nice to, like, put a drink on or something.
A TV on. No, you put a modern TV on top of the old one.
On top of the old one?
And then
that would be dope.
Yeah, and then you have something for the old one that you can play.
Right, for video games.
Video games or whatever.
That would be cool.
I mean, for you, it's like old movies.
Right.
Wouldn't you want to watch an old movie on an old TV?
Oh, yeah, get some Laserdisc and some VHS going and whatever else.
How it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
How it was originally
how this
done.
was meant to be viewed in your own home.
On a 12-inch TV that weighs 380 pounds.
Yeah, we could watch the 1980 World Series in the way it was meant.
Yeah. Oh, we'll save the Chuck ones for when he's on.
Yeah.
Because Chuck says that his IQ is 142.
Yeah, I've heard him say 144. I heard 144? One time.
144.
Another time I've heard a few different numbers. Always between 140 and 150.
You've never heard a different number from him. I will say that.
Oh, really? He's consistent.
He's consistent. It's everyone around him. Nobody remembers the number.
He has the screenshot saved of like the online test he took.
He says 140, and as soon as he hits that 4, 1-4, you go what? No, not even 114.
As soon as he says 1.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, wait a sec.
Yeah, you go, hold up. Who did the test? I need to speak to the administrator.
Who did the test? Yeah.
I need to speak to your principal, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll run those funny, because we were riffing those about how smart he is.
Yeah, he's pretty smart.
What do you have in the notes?
I have how I wanted to steal the election for. I got to look up her name.
Anna Paulina Luna.
Ah, yes.
Like I'm gonna forget
the love of my life.
The love of your life's name.
What?
Like, you play dumb now.
Yeah.
I gotta look up her name.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've been talking about her all month, dude.
I just call her Luna, like I'm Trump or something.
Yeah, and I thought you were talking about John Daniel Luna, and that's a comedian.
Oh.
Shouts out John Daniel Luna.
Sure.
Yeah.
I thought he was a serial killer. He's a comedian?
Yeah. John Daniel Luna?
He's the one that did the fake fall on...
Kill Tony.
Kill Tony, yeah.
You hear the 3 names, three names and immediately go, who'd he assassinate?
Yeah, I do. That's true. Well, and I was thinking that about her too. Anna Paulina Luna, she's like the right wing's response to AOC.
Okay.
Like just sort of a, boss bitch who's getting stuff done in politics and is a chick and has 3 names. That's like a template for a senator nowadays.
Yeah, 3 names.
And she's like kind of an Instagram model a little bit. So she's the right wing version of AOC. They're like, can we make her lips a little bigger? Can we make her a little more sexy?
Yeah.
She's really hot for a congresswoman,
Sure.
She's like sort of hot for just anyone else.
I gotcha.
So that really does it for me. I like a woman with responsibilities.
And that's why you stole the election for?
Well, yeah, that's my plan is next time she's up, when they try to primary her, I'm going to get several thousand, maybe 10, 50,000 or something ballots, get them into the system. I'm going to make a little trip. I'm going to get a U-Haul, go to Florida.
Yeah.
Get some ballots over there.
You could fit a few 100,000 ballots in a U-Haul.
Yeah. And if I did it successfully and I wasn't caught or anything, I need to read up on how to do that without getting caught.
Uh-huh.
I think she would still know about it. She'd be like, what the hell? Where did all these ballots come? Who stole this for us?
Yeah.
And then she would have to meet me, right? Don't you think?
Yeah, in prison, yeah.
Yeah, in prison maybe.
Conjugal visit. That's what you say. That's what you say to her. I just wanted to be a conjugal visit.
I just wanted to meet you once.
Yeah.
In a conjugal kind of way. Yeah, so that's I deleted all the dating apps on my phone, and now I'm just focused on this. I'm going to steal the election for APL.
Yeah.
That doesn't really roll off the tongue as well. Apple. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm Luna for Luna. That's not bad. I'm going to make some signs, too. Loony for Luna.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty... She should use that.
No, dude, you're fucking cuckoo for cocks.
Yeah, most of the time.
In your butthole, dude.
Like, whose cock is in the news right now? Adam Schiff.
Yeah.
Adam Schiff. I got it right.
Yeah.
What were you saying about him earlier? That was kind of fascinating.
What?
About how he's just like a son of a bitch or whatever.
What?
Or maybe it was Tim Pool talking about him.
Who? What?
Adam Schiff. I heard it this morning. You were saying something about insider trading.
He like did he was like doing some interview or something, and he was talking about how we had to look at this insider trading because Trump tweeted out like, "Oh, you should buy stocks," and then everyone bought stocks because Trump tweeted it out.
Right.
And then he's like, "This is insider. These people had insider knowledge."
Yeah.
And then,
which seems so stupid. Like,
and I was just laughing at that because it's like, says the guy who's insider traded for his entire career. He's, $120,000 a year salary. He's worth what, 30, 40 million, 50 million, 100 million. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, come on, dude, spare me.
Right. Yeah, I wonder what the game is there. What's the point behind that move? Like, why would you draw attention to yourself in that way?
Yeah.
It's
so insane, dude.
Because he's got to know that this is what we will be talking about now.
Yeah. Because it's like the messenger, the emperor's new clothes, dude.
Yeah.
Like, the messenger no longer...
Yeah.
They've poisoned the well on themselves.
Yes, they have.
Like, nobody's going to listen to you.
Maybe he understands that. Maybe it's like, with Trump in town, it's like, if you can just be for him or against him, really nothing else matters.
Yeah. I kind of think it's
like
just
the new thing to fight about.
I think it's like, we just keep saying it.
Yeah.
People will believe it. Because there are people that believe it.
Right. Yeah, the people who believe it will keep them.
Yeah.
And everyone else is like the enemy.
Yeah.
And we'll get our donations.
That's all that matters.
And we'll get our votes, whether they're...
We got to get our money somehow.
Yes.
Someone's got to get us our money.
Yes. Yeah. Have you heard that thing where, like, Congress people and senators or whatever, like, when you're newly elected to that, you spend all your time just calling donors. And even when you're not so new, that's literally what you do all day. Like you work at a call center or something.
Yeah.
They give you a big book, you sit in a room, and you just call donors all day long and try to sweet talk them into giving you money.
Wow.
I don't remember who said that, but it was...
And why would...
Maybe it was Massey, I don't know.
And why would there be... Why do you need all this money? Why can't you just...
Why does anybody need money?
Why can't you just, take actions that make the constituents happy and want to vote for you?
That would be a good thing to do. It's sort of it's like a long-term plan, though. Whereas, can we get a check from you, and then they send it later that day... I guess that's more of like a short-term...
we'll just run an ad. Now I can buy,
Yeah.
I can buy a certain amount of ads or good press.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so it's like a mob thing. Like, you join and you start out being an earner. And if you're a good earner, then they'll promote you to something else.
Yeah.
They'll promote you to trafficker or something.
Sure.
VP in charge of trafficking.
Yeah. Yeah, what if they had professional names for what they were doing? I bet they did. I bet Epstein and Ghislaine had names for what they did.
Titles. I bet they have titles.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, like business cards that say
Yeah. Oh, dude, I'd love to have
head molester.
There's nothing I want. Few things in my world are like I really want one of those.
Yeah.
Epstein's actual business card.
Yeah.
From his finance days in New York.
That would be sweet.
Would be the coolest fucking piece of merchandise you could get.
That would be very cool.
That's like the only thing that you can get from his situation, from his, from his estate.
Yeah.
That's like, it's all, I think it would be feasible to get.
Yeah.
And it would be so cool to have.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Like that painting, the paintings that he has, he has those two I only know of two, but it's like the blue dress, Bill Clinton, like pointing, and it's like right when you walk in, you see Bill Clinton in a blue dress on a chair.
Bill Clinton in a blue dress. That's crazy. I've never seen that. Yeah. I think you told me about it one time, but I've never seen it.
And then there's another painting that he had in his apartment that was like George Bush sitting crisscross applesauce holding a paper airplane with Jenga towers in front of him that are collapsed.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's a photo he has?
It's a painting. So he has these two paintings from the same artist.
Oh, they're paintings.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Dude.
So what does the Clinton one mean? What does that mean?
It means he owns him. Means
he's his
Jeffrey
bitch.
Epstein. Yeah, Jeffrey Epstein owns him.
And then the Bush thing, that's like a sick joke.
Yeah.
Someone would have art depicting that event.
I would have that.
Oh, I would too.
I don't think it's feasible. But I would
that
love
would be hard to
have that. We should do a print. We should just do a print of it.
Yeah, I bet you can. I bet you can get
we can get a print of that.
Maybe scale it up with AI or something. Get a good print.
But yeah, those would be sick. But not really feasible. But get the business card.
That'd be cool.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah.
PSA.
Can you imagine going to that estate sale?
Oh, dude, yes.
Insane.
He's got a big collection of VHS tapes.
Yeah.
Okay, how much do we have here?
Yeah. Like, I found some children in the basement.
we got. Well, this one just says Snow White on it. So I mean, it can't be that bad. Yeah. Right.
This one says Frazzle Drip Volume 2 on it.
Yeah. Yeah. What is this? Let's pop. Well, let's pop it in. They put it. They put it in. They put it in the VHS player, and then it spits it out, and the little piece of the film stays in.
Yeah.
And they go, oh shit. Yeah, it's eating tapes. We can't use that. We gotta find a VHS player that's working.
Yeah.
And I got hundreds at the house, bud. Yeah. Let's pop these tapes in. What do we got? Snow White and the Seven Dwarves, huh? That's what you got?
Snow White and the Seven. Well, I wanted to make a joke about pedophilia, and I thought it was too terrible.
Why? Why is that too terrible?
Well, it just wasn't funny.
Oh.
You know? You ever make a joke about the worst thing ever and it's not funny, and then you just said the worst thing ever?
Yeah. Of course, all the time. You've seen me do stand-up.
Yeah, of course.
Snow White and the 7-year-olds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty good.
But anyways, dude, that estate, because at that point they're going to be measuring it in cubic feet, right?
Yeah.
They're going to be measuring it. Yeah. They're going to be like, how many VHS tapes does he have? Oh, dude, he's got a half acre.
Now, how far back in time did that whole like, when did he start doing that shit, as far as we know?
From what I've heard, I think it was like the mid to late 90s.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so he probably had a lot of VHSs.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
And then he had what was that tiny one that you'd put in the camcorder? He probably had a lot of that shit. You know?
Wait, what? What do you mean?
Remember those tiny little VHS tapes that were in camcorders in like the 2000s?
The 8s, the video 8s.
Yeah, dude, how many totes of that you think he had?
Yeah. Well, if he needs a new camera, I got plenty. I got plenty. You just go to ebay.com. I got tons, dude.
Yeah.
I started doing the whole local thing too, like Facebook Marketplace.
Right.
More often because it's like
better for local pickup.
Yeah, and it's like I start filming them when they show up with the with a palm, whatever. What are those things?
I don't know.
But I was also thinking it would be cool to sell the CRT TVs with the VHS player that would have been out at that time.
Yeah.
And a VHS copy of 9/11.
Yeah.
Because I have multiples, and I was looking at a couple others that are pretty nice, but I have some of the like local news in Illinois, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think we were watching. Was like a local Illinois news station,
Right.
covering 9/11.
Oh yeah. It was just some random
Yeah.
place. Their coverage of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. What were you saying about that?
I don't know. Oh, put them all together. You buy
That would be a great item. I would, if I were to buy that, I feel like it would be worth a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, small
on the market
small
for that.
CRT TV. Because I'm thinking about what's shippable, and then what would actually like make the connections. Because like a lot of the older ones, they have like the big one has like the antenna thing.
Mm.
So I don't know. Just thinking about like how to get like the right amount.
Yeah.
I was only thinking of doing like three VHSs and TVs and VCR lot. Like you can watch 9/11 on the old TV.
Yeah.
Put it up in your kitchen, living room, run it 24/7.
Yeah.
365.
That's great. Yeah, I think people will buy it if you put that together.
I gotta get what's his name? What's the Sahif? Not Sahif. Hang on. Have you ever seen the video of I forget what he is. He was like the commerce secretary or something in Baghdad.
Mm-hmm.
Sahaf. 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 And he's announcing like there are no U.S. troops, there are no U.S. infidels in Iraq, and there never will be. And you can hear the gunfires in the background because they've already invaded the town. Like the tank,
Wow.
like literally hundreds of feet from where he was doing the press conference, there were tanks rolling down the street.
Wow.
And you can hear like gunfire in the background and stuff.
he's just like doing propaganda or something?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
He served as Minister of Foreign Affairs from 92 to 2001.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And was he one of those guys that like we put into the government, the CIA did or something?
I have no clue, dude. I don't.
Because weren't we monkeying around with their government
Of course.
for like a long time and then we invaded them?
Yeah. I gotta learn more about the individuals like that. Because that's something you should know about. I think.
Yeah, because we're still doing that.
Yeah, everywhere.
It's like everything they did in the Iraq War. It's like you go in both directions time-wise, and it's like, oh, that's what they were doing for a long time, and it's what they're still doing. Like the playbook of everything they did with Iraq and Afghanistan.
Yeah. How many people within, their government were actually representing our best interests?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, because, you look at...
And our is like the CIA's.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then... you look at right now, like China.
Yeah.
How many members of our government are compromised?
Right.
And are owned by their government?
Yeah, probably a lot.
Probably.
Now, do we have any of our guys that are over there? Our again being whoever controls people in other countries.
I'm sure of it.
We've got to.
Yeah.
Because why wouldn't we?
Yeah.
And we have the money. Well,
yeah.
They do. Yeah.
We have got to have some of those motherfuckers on
our
payroll.
They definitely have like celebrities, like LeBron and John Cena and whatnot.
Yeah.
That's still a thing, right? Like hopefully with the tariffs, maybe that'll change. If we could get celebrities speaking out against China.
No. I want them over there.
You want them to move there?
I want them to move there.
Make movies there. Make that the new Hollywood.
Yeah, I don't
Hollywood.
New Hollywood. Yeah. That dude, good. We don't need John Cena. We don't need LeBron. I'm fine without that.
You're fine without John Cena?
Yeah, export John Cena.
All right. Hey, I'm with you.
What are they going to tariff him? They're going to tariff John Cena's value because he becomes a slave for the CCP as soon as he shows up.
Yeah,
we need some money for that.
He should be tariffed if he flies over there.
Yeah, 125%, bud.
Yeah, or like Sean Penn. I bet he's pro-China if I had to guess.
Yeah,
he said somebody. I was listening to somebody that was saying somebody on YouTube was saying he said something crazy about nuclear war. Like somebody asked him about nuclear war because of Russia and also Iran, the current thing that's happening, and he was like, "I think if we need to use nuclear weapons, we should." I think that was about Russia specifically because he's really into Ukraine. He's into the whole Ukraine thing.
Yeah.
I think he's been over there a bunch of times.
He got paid. They all got paid.
Of course.
Do you remember when that came out? That they were all getting paid? Like Ben Stiller got paid like $4 million to go over there and shake his hand and do a photo op. And
I didn't hear about Ben Stiller.
Oh yeah, they all were getting paid. Like
that sucks.
They all got paid money to just go over there and shake Zelensky's hand. And do a photo op. That's it.
That's why, man, actors always break your heart because it's like Sean Penn is actually a good actor.
Yeah.
Like, he has a lot of talent.
Yeah.
And it's like,
even
he has to do that shit.
Yeah. Yeah. He plays a pothead well.
And a gay guy running for local election.
I know what you're talking about, but I haven't seen it.
It was a good movie.
Talking about Martin Luther King or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the Martin Luther King of getting fucked in the ass by a Puerto Rican guy.
Uh-huh.
That happens a lot in that movie.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. So anyway,
you see it?
You see about as much as you do, or maybe like a tad more. They go up one notch from Brokeback Mountain, basically.
I bet he's you
don't see any penises, I don't think.
I bet he's a method actor, bro.
Oh, probably.
Yeah, I bet he's getting fucked in the ass.
Without a doubt. And so am I when I watch that film. I do my own form of method acting. I have my own method.
You're a method viewer.
Yeah,
you're just like
method audience. Yeah. That all, no matter what the movie is, that just means I'm whacking off during it.
Yeah,
that's my method.
Yep, there's a method to this madness. Everything's porn to me.
Yeah, instead of all porn is gay, it's everything's porn.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Yeah.
That's good. That's good shit. Now, what are you drinking there? That's water, I assume, mixed with a little bit of supplements.
That's right. Yes.
Nice. And I encourage everyone to take supplements and vitamins.
Blue textile dye. You're on it too.
I'm on it too.
Yeah.
And my mood is better when I wake up in the morning.
Yeah, mine too.
I don't know if I'm sleeping better yet. Well, it's hard to tell because I stay up of my own accord just for no reason.
Yeah.
I do that.
My mood is so much better. It's like it's.
Oh, that's crazy.
Like it doesn't make sense.
It's not like you've been like way nicer or anything.
I'm glad to hear that.
I'm kidding around. Like you're really mean.
Yeah, like I'm a total asshole all the time.
But that's nice. You're in a better mood.
Yeah, I definitely feel it.
Yeah.
I'm a lot more relaxed.
Yeah, me too. I'm a lot more like content with stuff. And
yeah.
So. Yeah, it's and when you pee a different color, that's always fun if it's not like an emergency.
My pee looked like your shirt this morning.
You might be dehydrated.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It looks like Baja Blast.
Yeah. It does look delicious.
Yep.
Makes me want to eat a taco.
I knew it was going to happen too. That's why I made that joke. I was thinking, there's no way this doesn't color you fucking piss.
Yeah.
So then I said that mine was red.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that would be alarming if you drank blue textile dye and your pee turned red. That's probably
blood.
It's stage 4 or something.
Yeah.
Most likely.
So that was, little blue textile dye. We're gonna have to get more because I gotta get more.
Yeah, we're running through that pretty quick. We should get some more. I wonder if did you ever hear that thing? This is a long time ago about how Matt Damon was eating these weird like blue cubes on set of some movie. It was like the TMZ thing at the time. It was, Matt Damon has this weird regimen and this weird diet he's on. And ever since I heard about blue textile dye, I need to look it up. I wonder if that's what he was like in like a gelatin form. I'm sort of wondering if that. Have you that's where it came from. Like the whole LA alternative health scene, I think, is where that shit came from, or that's how it got popular. Right.
Probably.
Or I guess it's more of a Rogan thing now.
And what color was the cube?
Blue. I remember distinctly he was eating these blue cubes like he was like getting ready to go on the spaceship or something.
I think it was cum.
Could have been.
I think they were mixing methylene blue with cum.
Or they're having Ben Affleck have a lot of methylene blue and it was his cum.
Yeah.
And Matt Damon was eating it.
That's sweet,
That's what I imagine those guys do.
Yeah, while you're method acting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a good method there.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Anything else in the notes?
Oh, sure, there's plenty of stuff. None of it's good, but we can try. Oh, yeah, Disney World. Remember we were talking about Disneyland and Disney World and everything that goes on there, all the horrible tragedies.
Yeah, it seems like that's all we talk about is all the horrible tragedies that go on in the world.
Yeah.
Overthrowing of governments globally and international, child trafficking rings and
and that's where Disneyland comes in.
Slave labor in China.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are our conversations.
Slave labor here. Now, when you hear about, how people say like, "Hey, they're still slaves."
Yeah.
And but how much of that you think is going on within the borders of our own country? People enslaved.
Well, the Bimbo Factory.
The Bimbo Factory.
We already know about the Bimbo Factory.
No, I don't know about that.
They're the bread makers, Bimbo.
Yeah.
When ICE was reportedly going to be raiding the town,
right,
nobody showed up for work. There was one car in the entire parking lot.
Yeah, it was all migrants.
They were all illegal immigrants.
Paid under the table.
So that's a slave factory.
Yeah.
Because they were all getting paid under minimum wage. And what did it result in? We got cheap bread.
Yeah.
So anytime businesses are able to, that's why the whole Koch brothers thing, like, it's a Koch brothers scheme. It is. Yeah. They want fucking free labor.
Yeah, and then they get everyone to be like focused on the racial part of it.
Yeah.
And I think that's on both sides. Like if I was the Koch brothers, I would pay money in whatever ways they do, propaganda and whatnot, to get the lefties all riled up about the racial, you guys are being racist to these Mexicans. Mm-hmm. But I would also get it so that the people on the right who want them out do it more racistly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because then you have a big problem, chaotic problem happening forever.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
and it never gets solved.
Meanwhile, you get the cheap labor that you want. That was the whole point of the immigrants in the first place. Like that's why they're there, is because you brought them there to be cheap laborers.
Yeah.
So it's really a sick, twisted up system we got.
Yeah. The Disney thing.
Yeah, Disney. So that's like a hub for, or it's one step of the trafficking process. It happens at Disneyland, I hear.
I don't know how. Yeah. I don't know how true it is. Like how much of it is.
Yeah.
Like how many kids actually go missing from Disney. I know it's a lot.
Yeah.
Go missing at Disneyland, Disney World, and the Disney cruises.
Oh, the cruises.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like a lot of kids go missing.
Yeah.
And it's pretty obvious what's happening. Is Disney responsible? Is Disney like part of it? I doubt that, actually. I think it's kind of just like, where are the kids at? And they can easily get lost.
Right.
I think that's what it is for real.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's People,
I don't think
people who are terrible people who would do that kind of thing.
Yeah.
If I was one of them, I'd go to Disneyland probably.
Yeah, like the
No, I'd kill myself.
The thing about the tunnels underneath,
Yeah.
Disneyland or Disney World, or whatever, Disney World, I think. Like
Right.
the tunnels underneath it, it's like probably real.
Gotta be a guy who has his own head frozen after he dies has got to have built a bunch of tunnels also.
Yeah.
That just makes sense.
Yeah.
Probably had El Chapo come and do it.
Probably real. And are they used for moving children around? That's when it starts to get, okay, maybe they're responsible.
Yeah.
But we need some proof.
Yeah, it could be
because there's a lot of there's pieces are in place where it's like, this is weird.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
But you need that link. You need that.
Well, yeah, you need evidence and proof, and
you need someone to come out and say,
whistleblower. Yeah.
Well, you need someone to come out and say, the tunnel. I'll tell you what we do in the tunnels.
Yeah.
We fucking transport stuff from one end to the. How do you think the popcorn goes from? You think we're walking through the line to get popcorn to the other to the distributor that's at the front gate?
Yeah.
No, we're going through the tunnel.
Well, and who knows? Maybe it's like in Breaking Bad with Madrigal, where it's just like one high-level employee is doing a lot of bad things, and she's good at keeping it all hidden. Maybe they have a Ghislaine Maxwell working there that does it all.
Yeah.
Who knows? I
don't know if we'll ever know.
I've always sort of hated Disneyland. I've been there a couple times. It's not very fun for an adult man who isn't gay.
Yeah, or a child that you don't want to grow up to be gay.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what Disney has turned into. And it's crazy with have you ever seen, of course you've seen Pinocchio, right?
Yeah.
Who hasn't seen that movie?
Mm-hmm.
That was their second feature-length animated film, their second, big one.
Yeah.
And that whole thing with, Pleasure Island and you turn into a jackass.
Yeah.
It's so weird that, they kind of built that. They kind of made it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If half of what we're alleging is true, then it's like you made the thing that you warned us all against. It's very strange. But it's probably what happens to, every company once it gets huge, Just turns into some big, messy thing with, that's trafficking children.
Yeah.
I just assume every big company's doing that nowadays.
Yeah.
Anyone
Purdue Chicken.
Yeah.
They're like, they got the kids surrounded by chicken wings. It's we just got a bunch of chicken wings in here is all.
These children are cage free. You're gonna have to pay extra.
We let them run around in the container ship. 108 degrees.
Yeah.
We let them run around, and all we gave them was a couple gallons of water.
Yeah, we gave them a checkers board with some pieces missing. Wow, that's dark. But
you've heard about that, the semis that come across and stuff. The desert, and it's super hot, and sometimes they'll. Okay, well, we got to inspect this.
Right.
So they'll separate it, and it'll just sit there for,
And there's a family inside.
And there's
or just children.
Yeah. And they just die.
Yeah, 3 out of 5 of them die or something, or all of them.
Yeah. It'll be
it's
30 dead kids in the.
Right.
Don't smile while you're talking. Why is it funny, John? Why is that hilarious?
No, I was actually thinking of something terrible, but that made me smile for some reason.
Well, what if you're you order hey man, I want a new PlayStation when Grand Theft Auto comes out.
Yeah.
And then it's oh, your shipment got delayed. And it's son of a bitch, god damn it. Why is it delayed? What's taking so long? And then it's finally, yeah, we're good to go now, It's coming back, and then you get it, and it has a little smell to it.
Yeah.
That's dead kids. I know that anywhere. I know that smell anywhere.
I've smelled that before.
It's dead children.
Dead children smell.
Yeah.
And then you call the cops and you're like, listen,
Thank you.
this thing is...
Thank you so much.
Yeah. 5 stars.
Yeah. Smells like... Yeah. Honestly, I opened it outside, and it smelled like the inside.
Yeah.
Dead children. It smelled like my entire apartment. Just filled with dead children.
That's crazy to be a killer in an apartment.
Dahmer did that.
That's like on hard mode.
Yeah.
You don't have a backyard or a porch to put them under.
Yeah, Dahmer did that.
Wow. Or a cellar.
Yeah, easy mode's John Wayne Gacy, right?
Yeah.
Well, I guess easy mode really is have your own fucking island.
Yeah, well, that's
have
that's
so
like
much,
scaled up to mass
have
production
so much
level.
personal property that it's like.
Now, whose island was that, or is it? Like, who owned the island?
I think he did.
Epstein did.
Yeah.
Wow. And I wonder if who's that journalist that has a book about Epstein? Whitney Webb.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's anything in there about like who he bought it from and stuff. Because there's got to be records.
Yeah.
Of that, right?
Yeah. Did McAfee ever go there? You know, did McAfee like to get pooped on?
He's
just like you.
He's the security
McAfee.
app guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like me. He likes to get crapped on. He can't come unless
Dude, that's funny, man.
Saying crap.
Saying crap.
My dear, would you please take a crap on me?
I like getting crapped on. That's very funny.
Well, that's how you know I like it. That's what we all say.
That pedophile where he's like, that I was messaging, where he's like, poo-poo for me, madam. And he like wanted a picture of my shit.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. That's how he asked for it.
Yeah. Poo-poo for me, madam.
Whoa.
And then he shit on his recliner.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
I saw that video. I still can't believe I watched that. That was crazy.
I can't believe you started masturbating, but then I remembered,
You can't believe
everything's porn to you.
that I came to it when you were holding onto my balls, staring into my eyes,
whispering in your ear.
Yeah,
you better not message me anything like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw it. It's like that Louis bit about his kid pooping where like you just see the dot. Yeah, it's like that, but it is a man is a pedophile on his recliner.
Yeah,
pooping on it,
taking a big old poop.
That was wild.
It was crazy. The fart right before it starts coming out. Yeah,
but it's not as like disturbing as you would think. Like I don't think of that and get all freaked out by the image of it. It's kind of just silly.
It is silly.
I mean, the context of it is horrible.
He
thinks he's messaging a child.
Yeah.
But I guess that's what makes it so silly is it's just so...
He sent it to me.
Because it really happened. That it was real and it was so terrible that it was just become silly at that point.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
And sometimes I forget I even saw it. I'm like, oh yeah, I watched a video where a guy was shitting
thinking he was sending it to a 12-year-old.
Yeah. Damn.
Yep. And then I sent him back the biggest shit in the world. It was the biggest shit I've ever taken. It was the biggest shit I've ever taken.
Was it like an old photo in your phone?
Yeah.
You didn't do that on demand?
No. I wish I could do that on demand. Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen that shit. You've sent that to me.
Yeah. When you get a really big one, it stays in your phone for a few years.
Oh, not me, dude. I've never taken a picture.
Sometimes you got to send it to the homies and you go, look at that.
Yeah, I get that. But I just
sometimes
I'll flush without turning around most of the time.
Sometimes you got to What?
I'll be like, that one felt good. I think I'm healthy and everything, and I'll just let it go.
You do that. I do that for diarrhea.
Well, yeah, diarrhea, there's no point in looking at it.
Yeah.
You already know what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah,
because I mean that's the reason.
Yeah,
that
says a lot about a person if they stand up, turn around, and look at their diarrhea. Yeah. That's like.
Yeah.
Do you not know what you're doing?
Yeah.
What's going on?
What'd you think you'd see?
Are you looking for blood?
Yeah. Or are you proud of what you did?
Yeah, that's the only. Right now, I'm looking to see if my poop's blue.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah,
well,
so
when I take one.
Yeah. So I had diarrhea, and I was like, I gotta look. I looked between my balls. I squeeze and pull my balls out of the way so that I can peek down and look. And no, it looked normal.
Right.
Well, as normal as diarrhea can look.
Wow.
So that's our poop talks for the week.
That's got to be evolutionary as well, like the compulsion to poop and then take a look at it, because it's probably like a health thing. It's probably like you probably have some kind of circuit in your brain that's like, oh yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because that's or maybe it's like from growing up when you're getting potty trained and you do it right and your mom's like, yay, you just have that forever where you're like, I did a good job there. That was a good one.
I think you're right about I check it for health.
Yeah, because you have that with your smell too, or if you smell certain things, like it alerts you,
Yeah.
It's and like, wait a sec, something's wrong.
Yeah, it alerts you and you go, I gotta Google this.
Yeah.
I gotta Google this.
I need to figure this out.
I gotta Google that. What's that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I got that with I smell ammonia a lot at the gym.
Oh.
And I was like, I didn't see them cleaning near me. That's what made me freak out about it.
And so what was it?
I don't know. It went away.
Wow. Smell of ammonia.
Yeah.
Dangerous stuff.
Yep. Hell yeah, dude.
Okay.
Fucking kick ass.
I hope everyone can just hear it.
Yeah.
So, what else we got? We're over an hour.
How much? Over?
Hour and 11.
Hour 11? That's not bad.
Yeah.
We can go for another 20 though. Or 10.
Oh, yeah. I did have this one kind of funny note from talking about the VHS tapes and the metric, what were you saying? Cubic foot?
Yeah.
Metric ton of porn or of CP.
Yeah.
And then I just wrote this down, America's funniest CP.
America's funniest child pornography, dude. That's nuts.
That's fucked.
That's fucked.
I'm cooked.
Yeah, you're cooked, bro.
After writing something
This
like
world
that.
is fucked.com.
Yeah. Is that a real site?
It was a gore website back in
nice.
Yeah, back in 2004. This world is fucked.
Whoa.
And yeah, it would be just insane gore videos.
Al Gore.
Yeah,
speeches.
it would just be it's just Al Gore talking about the planet, about how we're gonna have global warming.
Yeah.
And at the end of he gives this long spiel about oceans are going to rise, and then he looks at the camera and he goes, this world is fucked.
.com.
.com. .com.
Nice. Now, Al Gore, was he always full of shit?
Probably.
Yeah, because he was supposed to be the next president, right? Well, according to the whatever.
Yeah, but if not for the hanging Chad.
Yeah, the hanging Chad.
Yeah.
Now, was that just Bush's team stealing it, or was that someone else stepping in and being like, "Oh, I want Bush"? Do you know anything about that?
Sorry, I'm thinking of I'm thinking of the hanging Chad.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking of you talking about Saddam Hussein, the hanging Chad.
The hanging Chad.
That's the only hanging Chad I've ever heard of.
You put Saddam's picture through an AI thing that makes him look like Chad, like the Chad.
Oh,
yeah, and then have him hanging.
They Chadlerize him.
That'd be a good little pun.
Yeah, because he was a giga Chad, man. He was.
Saddam was.
Yeah, Saddam was a giga Chad.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. Knowing they were going to execute him.
Yeah.
And looking at them and being like, you are liars.
That's true.
You are. His whole, That
is a Giga Chad move.
Allah sees all.
Yes.
I don't know what he said, but.
Now, he wasn't a good guy or anything. But that doesn't mean that he was lying or that he was wrong about certain stuff.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. He died because he tried to move their currency to gold.
Wow.
And stop trading in oil. Stop trading oil in dollars.
Yeah.
Start trading oil in gold and they'll take you out. Muammar Gaddafi, same thing.
That's crazy.
Stop trading. You think you're going to stop trading the U.S. dollar
Yeah.
for oil?
Yeah.
Not a chance. We need our percentages, my friend.
Damn.
We will overthrow your entire government to get our percentages.
That makes you wonder if we'll ever be able to do that here, like get back on gold.
I know, right?
It's like if anyone tries to do that here, will they just kill them?
Probably. Federal Reserve.
Yeah. Probably. Oh, yeah, you didn't want me to bring up the Federal Reserve to you. You told me that.
Yeah.
But I think it's interesting. I think it's fascinating.
I just go on tangents about it, dude.
Well, you know a lot about it.
Yeah, but I'll just go on a tangent that's not funny at all.
No, it's not funny, but it is interesting.
Yeah. But I don't want to talk about interesting stuff if it's not funny.
All right.
The hanging Chad.
Hanging Chad. Yeah, let's get back to that. Let's hang a Chad.
Dude.
You probably can't. It'd probably be pretty hard to.
They're trying to hang a Chad right now.
You probably got to be one to hang one. Who's that?
An innocent track star who he goes to an event.
Mm-hmm.
Track event. There's a tent set up.
Oh, is it the guy that...
It's raining, and he goes, I'm going to go into that tent as to not get rain all over myself.
Yeah.
You know I can't swim. Just a light drizzle is too much. I'll drown in a drizzle.
Yeah.
Because he's black. He goes under the tent.
Yeah.
And it's apparently like the other team's tent.
Right.
And they're like, get out of here. You can't be here.
Yeah.
And he's like, nah, motherfucker, I'm staying. It's raining. What do you want me to do?
Yeah.
And they try to push him out of there. And he goes, touch me again. You're not going to like what happens. And they push him again. And he pulls out a knife. And he fucking stabs the kid.
Stabs him?
Yeah.
Wow, dude. That's crazy. And it's like a high school track meet?
Yeah, 17 years old.
I did hear about that, but I just read the TMZ headline, and they were talking about his abs or something.
I read both sides. I read, oh my God.
Yeah.
Look at him. Look at who did it.
Yeah.
And then I read, the real documents.
Yeah.
Watched the video. Did you see the video? Or did you hear the transcript of the video? I mean, So the police report says that the body cam's on and they film him and he's like, is he gonna be okay? Whatever.
Yeah.
Am I gonna go to jail for murder for that?
Yeah.
He's like, it was self-defense.
The guy died?
Yeah.
Wow.
He's like, it was self-defense. Like, he was pushing me.
Yeah. Well, you can't really stab somebody for pushing you, though.
Yeah.
Can you? I mean, it's one thing to pull out the knife and be like, don't push me again.
Yeah.
And then he does.
Yeah.
I guess depending on what state you're in, that would be different.
You are escalating the threat level.
Right, you're escalating.
You are
in Florida.
You are yeah, unless you're in Florida, in which case the moment he touched you, you could blow his brains out.
Yeah.
and they'd be like,
and it's like over something that's not that big of a deal. Like you're in an area,
and it's
like a team thing, and it's like team only in this area. It's like one of that kind. So it's like kind of like they shouldn't have been shoving him.
Yeah,
but that doesn't mean you should get stabbed.
I'll tell you what I think. I think it's a tragedy.
It's definitely a tragedy.
And it's like for both sides. I mean, It's tragic that he made the decision to pull out the knife. It's tragic that the other kid made the decision to push him, not knowing that he had a knife. Not, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like it is.
Yeah, because if you're 17, it's like it's just hormones snapping.
Yeah. It's a tragedy, and tragedies happen.
Yeah, that's true.
Does the 17-year-old get, life in prison, 20 years? How much time are you going to give the kid?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. If it's me on that jury, we have one juror that just will not decide, refuses.
You're like, can we give him more time?
I'm like, look, man. I'd be going, look, man. Motherfucker's not really that guilty, right? I mean, because I think they're going after first.
First degree murder.
Because he brought the knife to the track meet.
Yeah.
So it's like,
yeah,
but I don't think he really pre-planned killing the. You know what I mean?
Is first degree where it has
Planned
to be
out.
premeditated?
Yeah.
Planned out.
Yeah. Premeditated.
Yeah, they're gonna have a
chance.
hard time if.
Yeah.
Unless he had like a prior thing with that kid, like where they've gotten into altercations before.
Exactly. We're gonna learn a lot about
beef or
We're going to learn a lot about this case, and boy, are you going to see some...
Yeah.
I bet. That's just my opinion, you know.
Yeah.
You have black v. white. That's what the media is portraying it as.
The kid he stabbed was white?
Yeah. Black kid stabbed a white kid.
Well, it doesn't make a difference, but...
Well, it won't for the jury. It won't for the jury, but it will for the people that are watching it. Because right now you have the right advocating for like, oh, you should be allowed to, or you shouldn't be allowed to have a. Why do you have a knife in a knife-free zone?
Right.
And it's like, whoa, dude, these people don't have any principles whatsoever. Yeah. Whoa, dude, all they see is black v. white. This isn't good.
Dude, yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, people. It's really easy to get people to get carried away with race and politics.
Yeah.
And just show how they have no principles at all.
Yeah.
Not that I do, but
not that I do whatsoever. But
judging others, that's a principle I've always lived by.
I've always held on to. You know, the Bible says, "Judge ye."
Yeah, the one I have says, "Judge not," but it's okay if you do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jesus leans over to me and winks. You can keep doing it. Yeah. At the sermon. Oh yeah, I have here. I have a Chuck note as well.
What is it?
It's how we were saying that he probably remembers his birth.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah, because people who are smart and have good memories.
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll be able to remember very early childhood, even up to and including their birth.
Yeah. What was that guy? What's the guy that was on Rogan saying he remembered his birth?
Terrence Howard. Remembers being born.
Yeah. Chuck is so smart, though, that when he's born, he delivered himself. That's how smart he is.
Yeah. He found his own way out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He came out, and the doctor said, you are the doctor now. You know, because Chuck has the black voice, so he picked up on the doctor's accent.
Yeah. And
the doctor talks like an African man.
Yeah.
Listen to me. No. You are the doctor now.
Yeah. And then he starts saying a poem. He starts doing slam poetry.
Yeah.
As he does.
As he does on a Tuesday afternoon.
As you do when you're born. Yeah, so he probably was a gifted child.
Yeah. I have a picture of his penis in that that bag.
Yeah. That's another thing a lot of geniuses do is flash people and
take Canon photos and go to Walgreens and have them print out pictures of your cock.
He did that?
Dude, it's like it's from the 90s. It's like an old picture of him.
Wow.
And it's of his cock.
Wow.
And it's like, you went to fucking Walgreens and I know you.
That's funny.
I know you, Chuck. Enough to know that you went to the goddamn grocery store to pick those up.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, my pictures are in. Oh, here's my cock.
I wonder, if you're one of those people who develops the photos, is that like being a lawyer where you can't talk about it unless they commit it, or like a therapist, you know?
I don't know.
Like, it looks like he's harming someone in this one.
That is interesting.
It looks like he's planning to harm someone in this photo.
That is interesting. Can we do that? Can we test that out?
Yeah.
What's the fucking craziest way? Like, what's the extent to which we could do it?
Yeah, without getting in actual trouble.
Well, even if we like just make it up, like we film ourselves.
Yeah.
Like we film ourselves. Like, okay, we're gonna get these Polaroids developed at Walgreens.
Yeah.
And
it's
then
gonna have some fucked up shit.
And then it's like like me like covered in blood.
Yeah.
And you like stand over me with a knife.
Yeah.
You get a picture of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get a picture of like, Yeah, whatever. Just like weird shit that'll like be like, at what point, maybe we do a couple runs and we see, at what point do they call the cops on us for developing photographs?
And it just gets more ridiculous. Like I show up to the place with my SD card for stuff for them to print, and I'm like, or my film or whatever, and I'm like Anton Chigurh. I'm talking to him like,
who's that?
From No Country for Old Men.
Oh yeah,
you know, I start talking like that guy.
Yeah.
I have like brown stains on my shirt and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll flip a coin. I don't know how he talks, but
almost not at all.
Yeah, very softly.
Yeah.
Only talks when needed.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, let's print out like 20 pictures of my balls and see what they just see what they say. See what they say.
It's some poor nice old lady.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait to see them. Oh, I cannot wait to see the look on their face.
You're like, wait, there's one missing.
Yeah.
You doing?
Wait, where's the one of my butthole?
Yeah.
Ma'am, you forgot my butthole picture. Excuse me.
Yeah. Just pretend that one's missing and that'd be like an Impractical Jokers thing.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, I'm sorry, there's a photo missing from this. It's, tentacle porn that I self-produced.
Yeah. Yeah, and the people behind you are just getting mad. Yeah. They're just trying to buy their plan B. Yeah. And they're like, fucking you son of a bitch. I'm going to get pregnant if I had to stand this line any longer.
Yeah.
Listen to you talk about your fucking nutsack pictures, missing a butthole picture. Yeah. You sick pervert.
I had a picture of my butthole that I really wanted to give
spread around town.
Yeah.
I was going to put it on a billboard. I wanted to see the first copy run.
Yeah, I wanted to have a proof of my butthole.
A first run.
Yeah, first run of my glorious ass. And you start yelling at her. You're like, I shaved my ass. It took an hour.
Yeah.
Just to take this photo. It'd be fun. We should do it. It'd be fun to just ruin the day of someone working at Walgreens.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be enjoyable? Because it's crazy that they still have that. Like, you can still get photos developed.
Uh-huh.
A lot of the stuff they have at that store is crazy. Like, what are they up to?
Yeah.
You ever wonder?
Of course.
I mean, it's a lot of pills and makeup. And
well, you say that
snacks.
It's crazy. You say that it's crazy, a place to get photos developed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
Well, but like the in-person thing where you take your film there or whatever, it's kind of a novelty thing nowadays. It's like a hipster thing to get real photos that you took.
Yeah, but have you seen the quality of certain dog?
That's true. You just can't beat it if you want like a printed thing.
Yeah.
You don't really have to use film. You can do just a high-def camera, but getting it printed is the way to go.
But also, like, if you're getting film developed, they digitize it for you too now.
Oh, right, yeah.
So you'll get...
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so you get both, like... I think that's cool.
It's very cool. Oh, yeah. I like that they do it. It's neat.
And I want a digital copy. I just want a digital copy of my fucking butthole.
Yeah.
And see what,
And you have a phone, like you could have just done it with your phone.
Yeah, clearly.
Like, I need this butthole picture I took with this certain kind of film I like.
Yeah. Oh, dude, what if we go even crazier than this? And I like take a picture of a phone that has a picture of a butthole pulled up.
Yeah.
Get that on the Canon. That's a Kodak moment.
Yeah, or it's a picture where it's like you looks like you're planning some kind of terrible crime on your phone, and it's like it's only if you read it or what. It's one of those.
Yeah.
Like, see if you notice this.
Fuck yeah.
That sounds funny.
Sick.
Anyway, that's about all I got.
Okay.
Oh, wait. No. We already did payday loans. Yeah, we did.
What was that? Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We did that last week.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's all I got.
But you didn't, yeah. Oh, yeah, we said it anyways.
Right.
Yeah. Or I said it anyways.
Yeah, I just want everyone to know that I actually don't have a job. So if there's someone working somewhere that anyone thinks is me, it's not.
Yeah. Wouldn't be.
I don't know how it could
and
be.
Me
it's
either.
impossible.
And me either. If you want to buy a CRT TV, come to Clearfield and get on Facebook Marketplace, and I'll meet you in public.
Yeah.
All right. I think we're good. I say we call it.